Wonton wrappers stuffed with plump shrimp and bright peas, then layered into a bamboo steamer, make these little parcels the hit of any party. Add a dip, and they're the perfect make-ahead appetizer. My friend Jill keeps her jewelry in a bamboo steamer, and this would never work for me because every time I reach for an anklet, I'd be thinking about dumplings. In honor of the bamboo steamer and its functionality, we're going to make dumplings. Now inside, I have some kale. You could line the steamer with bok choy or a Chinese cabbage, something like that, just to keep the dumplings from sticking. Parchment paper also works perfectly. Just trace this over parchment and draw a little circle, cut it out. All right, these are called shumai, which are really just small little dumplings that are often open and filled with seafood and vegetables. But get creative with your dumplings. Some raw shrimp. These guys are frozen. I'll put those in, shells off, of course, and some soy sauce. Everything just into the food processor. Egg white, so hold them together. Freshly chopped ginger. Some chili flakes. There you go. A nice, generous pinch. Pepper. And just a little bit of sea salt, because there's quite a lot of salt in soy, so you don't want to overdo it. A little bit of this sesame oil, the best condiment, really. Save some more for your dipping sauce. To be continued on the dipping sauce. So just work these out, put on the top, take a moment, get it right, whiz it all together. All right, let's have a look. Don't want things to be too chunky because shumai is quite a delicate little thing. It's explosive in here. It's still chunky. High this time. Oh yeah. All right, let's take out the blade first. Carefully transfer the filling to a bowl. Just going to add a few more things that I didn't want to whiz up to the mixture. Some green onions. These are just roughly chopped. And some frozen peas. You could use fresh peas, but maybe just blanch them up a bit beforehand. I'm not worrying too much about my fingers in here because everything is going to get steamed. Okay, so under this secret towel, ta-da, I have wonton wrappers. Now this towel is wet just to keep these guys nice and moist, because when they get dry, they get brittle and they break apart. So we're going to keep these damp while we get the others going. Take a nice rounded teaspoon, just place it in the middle of the dumpling, and have a bowl of water on hand. And just line the edge of the wrapper with a little water and make a small parcel. Pull up the sides. I know that I would not get top points if I was working in a dim sum restaurant right now, but it's all in the taste, right? Now you just make a little assembly line, dab on your filling, run your finger around. 2 more. You can find dumplings on any Asian menu or in the freezer section of an Asian grocery store, but sometimes, especially in the frozen section, you're not really sure of the ingredients. Surprise people and just make them yourself. A little bit of effort, but these can be frozen. You can spend a nice Sunday afternoon whipping these guys up. And you could also use rice paper wrappers and keep this a gluten-free dish. Wonton is made with flour, or you could use gyoza wrappers, which are circular. I have used these wonton wrappers to make ravioli,
when I was on a cooking internship at a food magazine in California, and we used, I think, smoky tomatillo filling inside a wonton wrapper. Now that is fusion cooking for you. And for the last ones, that water is talking to me. It is ready. A little parcel, teaspoon, and we're almost there. Just imagining it would be nice to have corn in here as well. A little bit of yellow. Why not? All right, we're seeing the end here. Carefully place your little parcels of deliciousness on your greens of choice. And if you've frozen these ahead of time, it will be much easier to just lay them down because they're a little fragile still at this state. Okay, a couple of minutes with the lid on. Now, while they steam, we're going to make a little dipping sauce. Take a small, pretty bowl, add some soy sauce, and then add some chopped ginger and garlic. I like to have several of these dipping bowls around because they kind of get messy and drippy, and, you know, personalize them, dance them around the party. Sesame oil, the remaining sesame oil from your filling. And some green onion, just finely chopped. So pretty. Then a little chili flakes for heat and color. And the rice wine. It's just like a nice vinaigrette, really. We have some oil and some vinegar, some flavors, whisk it all together. Yum. And in about the time it takes to make this little dipping sauce, your dumplings might be ready. Have a little peek. Looking great. You can see how the wonton wrappers turn translucent and the filling gets nice and firm. Let's take these off the heat. Turn off the heat. Inhale. Dumplings are something you just can't say no to. Also, if you're invited to a potluck, it is the perfect food. Everyone will gather around you, and if you're feeling shy, you'll suddenly have friends. Don't even have to use chopsticks if you don't feel like it. Shrimp just pops in your mouth when it's cooked beautifully. Love it. Delicious.
Celebrate the dumpling. Play with serving platters, make a dipping sauce, and watch them disappear. Magically yours, shrimp dumplings.